It's 3 a.m. again. You wake up with a start, drenched in sweat. The room is silent, too silent. You look around. Everything feels familiar, but somehow foreign. You whisper your name into the dark, but the echo doesn't come back. And that's when you feel it. The terror of being erased while you're still alive. Let me explain why. This isn't just about one people. It's about what happens when identity itself becomes a target. You think you know who you are, your name, your language, the place you call home. But what if one day someone rewrites all of it? What if your flag is outlawed, your language forbidden, your prayers silenced, your memories called crimes? In East Turkestan, what the world calls Xinjiang, this is not a metaphor, it's reality. A region renamed, redefined, and rewritten. A people, Uyghurs, Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, labeled extremists for remembering who they are. Millions watched, tracked, detained, yet most of the world scrolls past, distracted, unaware. You sit there, in your room, and think you're free. But freedom means little when the world allows silence to bury truth. They don't burn books anymore. They rewrite them. They don't chain bodies. They reprogram minds. And they don't silence speech. They replace it. Here's the truth. This isn't chaos. It's design. This isn't random. It's psychology. Identity isn't just culture. It's continuity. It's the thread that tells your mind you exist. Social psychologists call it cultural annihilation through cognitive dissonance. You're forced to behave like someone else until the brain begins to comply, until your memories feel dangerous and obedience feels safe. Language is the first casualty, because language is the software of thought. Erase the words, and you erase the ideas. Replace the lullabies, the prayers, the idioms, and you rewrite the inner voice itself. That's not love, that's control. Propaganda doesn't shout anymore. It whispers in repetition. Your people are safe now. Your faith is outdated. Your past was violent. Until one day, you say those words yourself. That's how psychological reconditioning works. No whips, no flames, just the slow corrosion of self. A boy in Kashgar, 12 years old. He speaks Uyghur at home, but Mandarin at school. One night, he tells his mother, "Mom, my teacher says speaking our language is wrong." She smiles weakly, terrified, and whispers, "Then whisper it only here." A father disappears after refusing to download the government surveillance app. A mosque turns into a police station. A woman's phone is scanned for religious texts. Her photos deleted, her heart broken. Each story, a fragment. Together, a symphony of silence. Reports from human rights organizations describe mass re-education centers, estimates of more than 1 million detained, cameras with facial recognition on every corner, DNA collected, children placed in state-run orphanages to unlearn their culture. It's not just political, it's psychological engineering. You take away a people's sense of belonging, and they start to belong to whoever holds the power. Control always begins with identity. Empires throughout history knew this. If you want obedience, erase uniqueness. If you want silence, create confusion. The Roman Empire did it with language. The Soviets did it with ideology. Now, in the 21st century, it's done with algorithms, surveillance, and social pressure. You don't have to kill someone to destroy them. You only have to make them forget who they are. Think about it. If someone deleted your memories, changed your language, replaced your songs, would you still be you? That's the weapon no one sees. Not bullets, not bombs, but slow, psychological evaporation. Yet, not all fires go out. In Istanbul, in Norway, in Kazakhstan, in America, Uyghur exiles gather in small apartments, whispering poems, teaching their children the old songs. They print books in their language. They tell stories of their lost cities. Every word they speak is rebellion. Every prayer is defiance, because identity, real identity, is a seed. You can bury it, but one day, it breaks the soil again. One mother said in an interview, "They can take my home, but not my tongue. My words are my homeland." That's the truth tyrants fear. You can cage the body, but you cannot cage the mind that remembers. You're watching this not because you live there, but because their silence mirrors something in you. The slow erasure of your own values, the pressure to conform, The fear of standing out. Every system that seeks to control you begins the same way, by convincing you to doubt yourself, by replacing your voice with theirs. That's why this story matters. It's not just East Turkestan's tragedy, it's humanity's warning. Because identity is not about flags or borders. It's about the sacred right to be yourself, without permission, without apology, without fear. Listen closely. There's a silent cry still echoing through those mountains, through Kashgar, Hotan, Aksu, Urumqi. It's the cry of those who refuse to forget. When you sit in silence tonight, remember this. Freedom is not just the right to speak, it's the right to remember. And if you ever feel powerless, think of them, the ones who lost everything but kept their name. Because sometimes the most powerful rebellion is to simply remain who you are. So hold your name close, speak your language proudly, protect your identity fiercely, because once it's gone, you don't just lose your culture, you lose the mirror that tells you who you've been all along.